Imagine for a moment that another version of yourself is living right now in a parallel reality. Every choice you make here echoes across other realities, where those versions of you walk different paths. Quantum physics suggests that the world we perceive is only a tiny fraction of the infinite possibilities that coexist, like we're walking down a single path in a vast maze of realities. But what if those other versions were somehow observing your actions? Quantum physics, with its complex theories, reveals that everything is interconnected, suggesting that your other versions could even be trying to communicate with you in subtle ways. And what if that version of you, in another dimension, has already learned valuable lessons that could guide your current life? Maybe, by watching your moves, they want to send signals, share what they know. Are we, in some way, connected to these versions? What messages might we be missing while we're stuck in our limited perception of a single reality? Parallel realities and personal decisions. Every decision you make shapes your life and resonates in parallel realities. In other paths, different versions of you might have pursued other careers or lived in different places. These versions walk alternate roads, connected by an invisible thread of energy that intertwines their experiences. Some of these versions may be facing challenges you've already overcome, while others are enjoying achievements you're still striving for. This subtle interconnection transcends time and space, creating a cosmic web where your choices bloom in parallel realities. Are you picking up on these echoes from other parts of your consciousness? How to connect with your parallel versions. Connecting with your parallel versions doesn't require magic, but rather a deep dive into self-awareness. In the quiet of your inner world, where the boundaries between realities dissolve, you can pick up on subtle signs from these other versions. These messages don't come in words, but through feelings, intuitions, and images. By tuning into these frequencies, you might get unexpected answers to current challenges, gaining perspectives that could transform your life. Each encounter with these versions is a chance for spiritual growth, just waiting for you to open your mind and heart to listen. The impact of understanding parallel realities. When you become aware of your connection to these realities, your consciousness expands. The lessons from these other versions of yourself can shed light on aspects of your life that once seemed unclear. Your choices become bridges between dimensions, transforming both your personal and spiritual journey. The impact of this understanding is profound. You start to see the infinite possibilities around you and align yourself with higher versions of who you are. Each new insight from these realities offers wisdom that can be woven into your everyday life, allowing for continuous and transformative growth. Signs of communication from your parallel versions. Déjà vu, that familiar feeling of having lived through something before. There are moments when an inexplicable sense of familiarity strikes, as if you've already walked that path or spoken those exact words. Déjà vu, this glimpse of a reality already lived, arrives like a breeze from a forgotten memory. Perhaps, in that brief moment, one of your versions in a parallel universe is reaching out, revealing fragments of an experience that has already occurred in another timeline. It's like hearing a distant echo of what once was or will be. Each déjà vu carries with it an enigmatic whisper. It may seem like a glitch in the flow of life, but what if these moments are actually signs of reality folding in on itself? Coincidences aren't always as random as we think. If we allow these sensations to guide us, we might find that these moments are portals, brief opportunities to connect with something greater and deeper, both within and beyond ourselves. Have you ever wondered why some experiences feel so familiar, even though you've never lived them? What if these sensations are the key to understanding a network of parallel realities that coexist alongside ours? Maybe, by diving into the experience, you'll begin to realize that these sparks of recognition are signs of something much larger, like pieces of a cosmic puzzle we haven't fully assembled yet. And so, déjà vu becomes a window, a clue, nudging us to discover what else awaits us. Synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, like seeing repeated symbols. Sometimes, you may notice a pattern that seems to follow you, repeated numbers, recurring images, or unexpected encounters that carry an odd sense of purpose. These synchronicities aren't just random coincidences, they're signs of subtle communication between your parallel versions. When something shows up repeatedly, it's as if the universe is weaving an invisible message between realities, trying to draw your attention to something you haven't fully noticed yet. These meaningful coincidences act as threads linking dimensions, creating bridges between your current consciousness and other versions of yourself. Imagine that every symbol you repeatedly see is a nod from another timeline, a version of you trying to signal something important. Instead of brushing off these patterns, pay attention to the details that seem to stand out in your daily life. Maybe these synchronicities are encoded messages, coming from other layers of your existence. And then you wonder, why does this keep showing up for me? At their core, synchronicities remind us that there's more at play than just chance. They are silent reminders that our journey is far more complex and connected than it appears at first glance. As you begin to notice and reflect on these signs, you open doors to deeper understanding, revealing new possibilities and paths that were previously hidden. Dreams, portals that can reveal parallel realities, especially in vivid or lucid dreams. Dreams, especially those with a clarity that rivals reality, are like windows opening to realms beyond the reach of the waking mind. Vivid or lucid dreams offer glimpses of worlds that, at their core, may be coexisting with our own. In these moments of heightened awareness, you might be connecting with a version of yourself living in another timeline, exploring possibilities that remain dormant in this world. When you become aware that you're dreaming, there's a tangible sense of control over the unreal. But what if that control extends beyond the dream itself and into the perception of other dimensions? Every detail, every fragment of these dreams, could be a message, an experience shared with one of your parallel versions. Rather than dismissing these moments as mere products of the mind, consider that they might be signs of communication between universes, a subtle exchange of knowledge and experiences between you and your other selves. Lucid dreams challenge us to dive deeper, to seek what lies beneath the surface of our consciousness. These dream portals have the potential to guide us down paths we might not dare to explore in waking life. Upon waking, you may ask yourself, what was that version of me trying to show me? In this way, dreams become more than just creations of the mind, they become guides, pointing toward the infinite possibilities that exist in other realities. Feelings of being out of place and intuition. There are moments when you might feel disconnected, as if you don't quite belong in this place or time. This sense of being out of place could be a reflection of the overlap between parallel realities. When these layers converge, you may feel as if you're floating between worlds, briefly brushing against another dimension that, for an instant, comes close to yours. These moments can be signs that something larger is at play, something beyond what you can see. Intuition, that inner voice whispering truths you don't yet fully understand, could be another form of communication between your parallel versions. In pivotal moments, when you feel an inexplicable certainty about which path to take, it's possible that a version of you in another reality has already made that choice and is trying to guide you. It's as if an invisible hand is leading you through the shadows of the unknown, showing you the way that your conscious mind hasn't yet realized. These intuitive nudges, often arriving without warning, are like small windows opening between realities. The more you connect with this unseen side, the more you realize that intuition is a compass pointing toward the lessons and insights your other versions have to offer. What is your intuition trying to tell you right now? What is the next step it's gently urging you to take? Aligning your energy with your parallel versions. Tuning into your parallel versions isn't just about perception, it's an energetic alignment that can be cultivated daily. As you raise your vibration through conscious practices like gratitude and forgiveness, you draw closer to those versions of yourself that inhabit higher realities. It's as if each act of compassion, every kind gesture, adjusts your frequency to resonate with these parallel realities. By integrating these practices, you create space for the lessons from these higher versions to enter your life. Forgiveness, for example, releases the ties that bind you to a version of yourself living in pain. Gratitude, on the other hand, expands your awareness, allowing you to see beyond the limitations of the present moment. As your energy begins to flow more freely, you start to sense the presence of these other versions, who bring with them experiences of growth and wisdom. Meditation and spiritual practices also play a crucial role in this alignment. By quieting the mind and opening the heart, you create a receptive field for these subtle messages. With every mindful breath, you move closer to a state of harmony with these versions, which have much to teach you. What lesson is your highest self waiting to share with you today? Practices to raise your vibration. Meditation, when used as a tool for tuning in, allows you to visualize desired realities and connect with higher versions of yourself. In this state of stillness, you access dimensions where your essence vibrates at a higher frequency, where your choices reflect a life more aligned with your deepest purposes. It's like diving into a vast ocean of possibilities, where each wave carries a version of you with something new to teach. The practice of self-observation is also crucial in this process. By observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you begin to notice which aspects of your current reality are out of alignment with what you truly want to manifest. Recurring thoughts, emotional patterns, and impulses can be signs that your vibration needs adjustment. When you become aware of these dynamics, you can consciously choose to align with a higher version of yourself. Each practice, whether it's meditation, self-observation, or simple acts of kindness, is a way to raise your vibration and open channels of communication with your parallel versions. These versions exist on different frequencies, and you can access them by adjusting your own energy. The higher your vibrational state, the clearer the connection will be. Which practice will you choose today to align with your highest self? Interpreting and integrating the signs. Synchronicities, dreams, and intuitions are more than mere coincidences. They are clues left along your path to help you connect with your parallel versions. Ignoring them means missing the chance to access valuable lessons and insights that these versions have to offer. Each of these signs carries a piece of a larger puzzle, revealing fragments of realities that coexist with yours. By taking note of them, you begin to weave together the narrative that ties all these experiences. Meditating on these signs is a powerful way to integrate them into your everyday life. Every dream, every symbol that repeats in sync, brings a message that goes beyond the immediate moment. It requires a willingness to dive deep into yourself and trust that these messages are there to guide you. Reflecting on and observing the patterns that emerge is, in itself, a way to open doors to a deeper connection with these other realities. As you integrate these signs into your journey, you'll start to feel an expansion of consciousness. The boundaries between realities become more fluid, and you begin to see that all these experiences are interconnected. Trusting your intuition and maintaining a consistent meditation practice creates fertile ground for these messages to grow and flourish in your life. What are these synchronicities trying to reveal to you right now? Applying lessons from parallel versions. When you begin to apply the lessons learned from your parallel versions, your reality starts to transform. Each small change, each adjustment in your decisions, brings you closer to that ideal version of yourself living in another dimension. The lessons from these versions aren't just theoretical, they have the power to influence your present choices, as if the answers to your current challenges are already waiting to be revealed. Integrating these lessons paves the way for a new phase of self-discovery. The changes you make may be subtle at first, like a new perspective on an old problem or a fresh approach to everyday situations. These versions of yourself have already faced and overcome these challenges, and now you can tap into that wisdom to improve your own life. Every step you take toward this higher version brings you closer to a life with more purpose, aligned with your deepest aspirations. Applying these lessons in daily practice is like following an invisible map, where each choice brings you nearer to alignment with your highest self. As you continue to adjust your decisions and behaviors, your life becomes an increasingly authentic expression of the potential you already possess. What changes can you start making today to align with these wiser versions of yourself? Personal and spiritual growth. Aligning with your parallel versions leads to a journey of growth that goes beyond the physical, deeply touching your spirit. Each decision made based on the lessons from these other versions allows you to expand as an individual, surpassing the limits imposed by your current perception. The process of personal growth intertwines with spiritual development as you begin to see the world, and yourself, with renewed clarity. Every choice you make from this understanding brings you closer to your highest self. This growth doesn't happen in a straight line, but in waves, where moments of revelation are followed by periods of integration and reflection. As you connect with these parallel realities, you realize that your life becomes a reflection of decisions that align with your deeper purpose. It's a dance between who you are now and who you're destined to become, with each step bringing you closer to your true essence. The spiritual growth that emerges from this journey offers an opportunity to transcend the limitations of the ego and connect with a more authentic version of yourself. As you move closer to this higher version, you begin to experience a sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing you're on the right path. What changes are you willing to make to continue evolving and get closer to your true essence? Expressing gratitude for each insight received is a powerful way to keep your connection alive with both your parallel versions and the universe. As you continue on this path of evolution, you'll find there's always something new to learn, a new perspective to integrate, and another opportunity to grow. This journey is endless, and each step you take based on the lessons you've learned brings you closer to your highest self. But this isn't a journey you have to take alone. By sharing these experiences and insights, you create a network of wisdom that can inspire others to follow the same path. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and drop a comment with your own experiences with parallel realities. We are all connected, and the lessons we learn may be the key to someone else's growth. So, what are you waiting for? Keep exploring this vast universe of possibilities and allow yourself to grow with each new discovery. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content on how to live in alignment with your highest self. The journey is just beginning, and you're invited to walk alongside us.